Before I begin, allow me to start off by saying I'm not one of those online gurus that you might have come across on social media or those motivational speakers that you see on TikTok. I'm just an ordinary guy like you who has been trying to figure out how is it possible that young men and women like you and I are so far ahead of everyone else financially at such a young age. What possibly could they be using to acquire all this success in a short period of time? Look, people our age ain't supposed to make money that quickly. The norm was go to school, get a job, buy a house, buy a car, find a wife, get some kids, live happy ever after. Or so they thought. Did you know there's one thing that all these online successful millionaires have been utilizing and the most of us haven't? The one thing that allows them to print money for the rest of their lives as the rest of us struggle to pay our day-to-day bills. You might call it luck, or claim they were fortunate enough to come from wealthy backgrounds. I used to think the same until I started paying attention, really paying attention. And that is when I realized I've been looking at it in the wrong perspective. The biggest mistake most of us and everyone makes till today is trade our time for money. Look, I'm not saying it's wrong having to work for long hours every day. I've done it before. But what if I told you there was a better way which required half the amount of time and energy you use but with a higher output? And that is what these rich online millionaires realized early on. It's not due to them being in the right industry or being in the right business model. It doesn't really matter, because the secret I realized to creating wealth is not about the industry that you're in. Creating wealth is about having a competitive advantage over everyone else in whatever industry that you're in. And in that way, your competitors can never win, because you'll have rigged the system and stacked all the chips in your favor. Now you're probably wondering what that competitive advantage is. Well, if you look at all these online millionaires, you realize one thing. Their paradigm to making money is very different. They build on assets that can never be taken away from them, no matter what the situation is. It doesn't matter if the US dollar collapses. It doesn't matter if there's a war happening at the moment. It doesn't matter who the president is. Be focused to building upon the most powerful asset that has ever been known to man. Because once it's built, you are set up for the rest of your life. And get this, there is no insurance policy on this earth that will ever come close to this. And that creates you something very valuable called leverage. There is really only 3 types of leverage that people have been utilizing for the last decade to generate themselves millions and billions of dollars. Leverage number 1, they had to have the capital in order to invest in whatever they are trying to accomplish. For example, let's say I wanted to invest in crypto. Crypto was a good idea 10 years ago, but right now, would I tell someone to invest in cryptocurrency? No, because crypto, you have to hold and sell later. But all of us want money now, and most of us do not have the capital to invest in crypto in the first place. So we're going to take capital out of the list. The second leverage that people have been utilizing is software. Look around you. Elon Musk, Jeff Bezos, Bill Hu. I don't know even the names of the rest, but most of them are tech geniuses who created their own software companies, and right now they have billions and billions of dollars. But there's a problem with that leverage. You must have the technical know-how on how to create a software, and you have to invest your time to go to school and acquire all those skills. But remember, all of us here, we're beginners. We're trying to get to the summit without all those processes in between. So we are also going to take away software from that list. But if you are smart, I will not tell you to stop doing what you're doing. Let me go to now the only leverage that I will advise each and every single young person, especially today in 2025, in this modern day economy, to start utilizing. And this is the third leverage that most of us sleep upon. What is the last leverage that I'm talking about? Well, you tell me, what is the only thing that all these ultra-rich millionaires have in common in 2025? It's the same thing you're probably consuming right now. Content. Content is what drives all their businesses exponentially. Yes, I know, it's shocking. Content is the only asset in 2025 which is more valuable than all the other leverages, even if they are so good. I'm not saying they are bad, but I'm saying the best leverage to use today in 2025 in this modern day economy is content creation. And I'm not talking about trying to create content to go viral. That's not the point. Our aim is to acquire wealth. And how do we do that? It's not about making videos that you want to go viral. It's about creating content with intent of building your business. Look at Elon Musk. Why is he on Twitter? Why is he on these spaces? Why is he on TikTok? Why is he on this app? Why is he there? Imagine TikTok gave the US the president, because Trump, if it wasn't for TikTok, and by the way, shout out to all the people who are in the US who are now officially back on TikTok. Back to the point, TikTok was the platform that Trump used to campaign his own election. And do you see the power of social media? The power that you sleep upon. Instead of you scrolling the whole day, more than 10 hours a day. And trust me, I know this because I've done it before. It's about creating more than you consume, because I got tired of being a consumer. I was like, there is no way I'm sat down and all these people that I know are making money and all I'm doing is cheer them upon to their success. And I was like, enough is enough. I also have to jump on the train. And that was when I realized the power that social media has. And I will tell you, it only took me 1 year and I was able to achieve over 200,000 Kenyan shillings from social medias. And I'm not trying to brag, I'm just trying to show you the power of social media. For example, let's assume you have a sneaker store. Who goes to visit shops nowadays and buy shoes? I rarely even go to the shop to buy a jacket. All I do is jump on my phone and I just scroll all the online shops that I see and try to find the best deal. Do you see what I did there? I got the same product, but without having to use my energy to get from the house and go to the shop and go and purchase that particular item. That's the power of social media that has brought to us. The comfort of our house, we can acquire all these things, and you are not trying to utilize this tool, and it's totally free. You don't need to have millions of followers in order to achieve success. And I will tell you, combine my 2 TikTok accounts, I only have like 6,000 followers, but I was able to achieve over 200,000 Kenyan shillings. And I know most people are interested to know how I was able to achieve all that. And that's all the videos I'll be releasing from now on. So you better be subscribed for my future uploads. Do not miss. Turn on the post notification bell. And get this, the only gadget that you need is a phone. This was the phone that I used to acquire 200,000 Kenyan shillings. I have a setup right now worth thousands and thousands of Kenyan shillings. And it all came from this one single gadget. Instead of you scrolling your phone aimlessly the whole day, having fun, entertainment. I know it's fun. We all enjoy having our little time on social media. But how about you use that phone to also generate you some passive income at the end of the month? Because I didn't know the power of social media until I made my first 3,000 Kenyan shillings on TikTok. And I'll explain to you how that was possible. And everything will be documented on my YouTube channel, and I'll be posting videos daily. I'm making a commitment right now. I am pushing myself to the limit. And there's a lot of things that I want to talk about, but I cannot sum them down into one video. That's why you have to be subscribed for my future uploads. And see you in the next video. Subscribe if you're new. You don't need a million followers, as I've said. You don't need all that fancy equipment. All you need is a vision, dedication, and some hard work, and it will eventually pay off. And I always say this, you don't have to be great to start, but you have to start in order to be great. And the good thing about hitting rock bottom is the only way to go is up.